Hey YouTube, coming at you with the Summer Cup team, and as the title said, I use HomeSliceHenry's team that he hit #1 rank in the world. Now, I actually didn't do it on purpose. I did remember watching his video, and I remembered the Toad Scroll Dedenne core. So I'm like, okay, I know this core works, so I'll use that. But I forgot what the safe swap was, and when I was just putting the team together, I was looking through my Pokemon. I'm like, oh yeah, Lapras makes sense as a safe swap, which just happened, and then I just went to go back to watch the video again. I'm like, oh yeah, this is the exact same team he used. So he hit #1 in the world in the Open Great League with this team. I used Dedenne on the lead. He used Toad Scroll. Dedenne just like on a lead that you can just like kind of ramp up potentially there. But he made the argument Toad Scroll in the lead because if you see a fire or flying, or a flying in particular, you can then get out and try and flip switch. I sucked with this team. I'm not gonna lie. I went 4 and 5. So 4 and 5 here. So slightly lower elo from what I was with my Abomasnow team this morning. I don't know. I don't think I know this is a limited meta comparative to the Open Great League. Maybe that was a factor. Maybe I just got kind of unlucky. Maybe I played the crap. Let's take a look to know the exact reason. Okay, Abomasnow. I mentioned how strong this Pokemon is, and right off the bat here, it core breaks the entire team. So that's a problem when the meta evolves and you use an old school team. This is why some old school teams just do not work. Abomasnow, I mentioned in my video yesterday, I mentioned in my meta team, how it core breaks a crap ton of things. And right here, we are seeing that. Resisting the electric, resisting the sparkling area there on Lapras, and hitting super effective, double super effective against the Toad Scroll because it is ground and grass. So I have to come in here with Lapras because I can't take a double super effective move. But now I'm going to have to double shield these energy balls that are going to come at me. So, you know, I did grab one shield on the front end there. But now I'm going to have to double shield up here and kind of have to play this out. So Pharaoh comes in. I go with Sparkling Aria. That is somewhat of a bait there because I do have Ice Beam. And this is the problem with Pharaoh. I kind of mentioned how Pharaoh has a very specific play, but it does not have good play against Pokemon like Lapras and Blastoise, where they can just easily take the one and then can potentially one-shot you with their moves. And so I grab the shield. There's the Ice Beam. I do take that out. It is a Ninetales in the back. So I came Toad Scroll right away thinking, Mud Slap, I'm good here. But then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm also Grass, so I'm also taking super effective. They kind of crazy go Scorching Sands there. I do get to a wrap, but get caught on. And it cost me this game because they can just go double Weather Ball now. I don't know why they threw Scorching Sands the first time. But I need to it's tough in those situations when you're like both getting to a move that you have to like kind of throw. But the amount of times that I have been caught on in the last 2 seasons is pathetically high. And so it's something that I need to change because it's cost me games. Like that one probably could have been a win, but I got caught on and I lost that game. So I need to figure out my timing for throwing because I'm just getting caught on way too freaking much here. Gastrodon comes in. I'm throwing the Play Rough. I think I was throwing the Play Rough so that I could just potentially farm down. I think that was my thought process. They did farm up to an Earth Power, so I think I shield this up, yeah. Most are running Body Slam, Water Pulse, but, you know, Earth Power is still used by some. Earth Power would do a ton of damage on Lapras, so I figured that let's just shield up 1. You're going to come out with 2 moves anyways, unlikely to start grabbing some shields back. Now, what comes in is a Napoleon, so I'm looking at the switch clock because I'm like, I don't want to burn this energy. Let's bank some of this. Come in with your Mudslap user. Mudslap super effective there. I still have an electric Dedenne to kind of deal with Empoleon. So I felt like wasting the moves were not the smartest move on Lapras there. Get to the wrap here on Toad Scroll. Wrap is almost always the right move here. Yes, I know it's a worse damage per energy move and I know it's longer to get to, but just being able to lower your opponent's defense is huge. Especially when you can take it out and now lower your opponent's defense with only 1 Pokemon left and they can't reset. So I get to the wrap. This will lower their defense. They're going to have to shield because I got Mud Slaps and I got Electric. That can just fast move down. And then with the lower defense, Lapras, Sparkling Aria, good move. Lower defense still does like 45 to 50% there on the Empoleon. Empoleon just, that's kind of Empoleon's problem. Pretty glassy. Good lead. Yeah, so they are resisted, and they make a catch there. Oh my god, on Credilli. They don't have an amazing answer for Credilli either. Toadscroll is kind of like my best answer. But even so, like, the grass is neutral, and it's a bullet seed too. So, I mean, acid is neutral because I'm half ground, half grass. I think ground only single resists poison. So they do get to the grass knot, and as you can see, it does over 50%. So now I'm in the position I'm like, oh crap. This is basically going to take me out, if leave me like maybe 1 HP. So I think it's worth shielding just to keep that switch. And they come in Glycopod. So they gave up switch there. Came in Glycopod. But Glycopod has energy. So do get the C-Bomb off. But they have at least 1 Aqua Jet. And now they're at pretty much 2 Aqua Jets. So even if I shield up this first one, they're going to get to another move. And again, it's this catching on my Pokemon that is costing me all sorts here. So now they get another move off. I will finally take this out, but the damage is done. I burn shields. They chip the Dene down to the red, and they're going to shield this, wanting to take this out here. So maybe they're worried about the Dene in the back too. I don't know what they would have in the back, why they would shield this. So at this point now, it's just like, yeah, come Lapras. I can take an X-Scissor. That's fine. And coming out with some energy is not the worst case scenario. So we'll have to see what they have in the back that they thought that's saving this. Maybe they just wanted to get some moves off. Oh, Fortress. A Volt Switch Fortress. So Volt Switch would have been resisted on the electric. Chip 1 move here. Coming in here to force them to throw. Hoping I can get to a wrap. What was that, 9 versus 12? So not ideal. But I had to kind of throw before. And they're left with a couple HP. But if they have back-to-back moves, I'm going to be taken out here. Oh, I don't even get taken out, but now they get 1 more Volt Switch too, which means they definitely have a move coming out. And again, I don't know why the camera is so delayed, but okay, we're back. They come to another move here. Okay. Emolga, good lead. I'm resisting the moves, and now comes a Dedenne. Yeah, a little quicker there. Come on, man. They do kind of throw anyways, so I know that this is just a Parabolic Charge, which is triple resisted, double resisted on the ground, single resisted on the grass. And once they throw the first move, I think I'm like, no way they can get to 2 play rough before I just mud slap down. So at this point, because they threw, I'm just like, it's an easy just farm down and come out with a ton of energy. So that way, if the Emolga comes back out, I can go double wrap here. So not a great move, does lower the defense. Emolga is more glassy anyways, so these moves are going to start chipping here. So here comes the second wrap. This should put it in the yellow or red. Yeah, so I'll put it in the red, and then they give up, switch into Ninetales. And yes, Ninetales is hitting super effective, but what I'm going to do here is shield this. Mud Slaps are still super effective coming my way, and I want to get to that wrap to lower their defense because they're going to have to shield here. I know they have the Emolga on the front, so I'm assuming I come Lapras. Yep. Defense is lowered with the wrap. I assume I let this go, but I could potentially shield up and overheat. Now I'm going to let it go, knowing that, yeah, makes sense. Dedenne is your win con, right? Because Dedenne can deal with Emolga. So it does not make sense to really shield up Lapras here. Just sacrifice it. They do come in Emolga, but just to catch a Sparkling Aria. They're going to shield. They have energy, but that was pretty quick. And at this point, it's a very easy alignment with Dedenne with the shield advantage. So Discharge does take me out. I got a full health Dedenne. Just going to take this out immediately, knowing that I'm just going to outpace to the moves on Ninetales with the shield advantage. So they do get to move with 1 HP left, but I've got that shield. So even if it's an overheat, it is getting shielded. It is not. It is a Weather Ball. They top left with 1 HP. Okay. Dedenne into Stunfisk. So, unfortunate lead. Going straight into Toadscroll, which they're going to have an answer for. Yeah, this is dumb. This is dumb, but it's one of those things like, what else are you going to do? Look, could you stay in with Dedenne and just go straight play rough? Yes, you get one off. You chip them to like 50%, but then their second mud bomb would come. But then you'd come in Toad Scroll, and if the only problem with that play is that if any half decent person you're playing against any half decent person, they will pick up on that immediately. You stay in with Dedenne, you're throwing the play rough, you let it go down, and then you come with your Toad Scroll. They're just going to immediately get out anyways into one of their back Pokemon. But if you do what I did, they probably have an answer to it. So it's one of those like just tough, really tough alignment things there. Coming in here, we're sideways super effective, and this is a terrible matchup too. I've played this the other way with when I used Blastoise a lot last season and when I used it this season. It's a bad matchup for Lapras. Sparkling Aria can chip, and you just kind of try and sidewave Sparkling Aria chip your way through. But if they land one Skull Bash, this game is basically over, and they do land it. Because I don't know. I just thought like I'm basically hard countered here, right? So better water on my water and ice, ground on my Dedenne, and a fire flying on my Toad Scroll. Not a ton you can do here. I try to jump around. 45-second switch timer allows you to jump around a bit more. That maybe you can potentially get out of stuff here, but this one is just kind of no chance. No point of throwing. Dedenne into Pelipper. So this is amazing. Double weak to electric. They're going to have to get out into Lickitung. Licktung's in this meta too, eh? Yeah, normal typing. I did a Beyond the Hype on Lickitung. It does play, obviously, pretty well with the Body Slam. So I wanted to make sure one Dedenne still can align on Pelipper. So I stayed in, chipped, knowing that I would get to a move. Going for the Seed Bomb, just because Licktung's pretty bulky. I just want to try to get this within a couple HP to Mud Slap it down. And they are at another move. I'm pretty sure I can live in Mud Slap down before they take me out here, and they give up switch into Talonflame. So this Incinerate will take me out. This is obviously resisted, so it's not going to do much, but actually very resisted on the fire and the flying. But Dedenne is your win con, right? You have double flyer team, letting this go because again, Dedenne is your win con. You don't need to shield up something here and then potentially screw yourself over. And they try to farm down, but I get to a second move. That's why 12-11 Sparkling Aria is a very, very deadly combo on Lapras, which makes it so strong. I will have to respect potential Flame Charge. Even a Fly here with those Shadow Incinerates are going to really add up. So I will respect everything that they have here. Using both shields, no problemo. They go down. Out comes the Pelipper, so I go one and throw just to be caught on, I believe, if I remember, but it did not matter too much because I did take them out. Yeah, Lickitung catches that move, but just on the pacing, they're going to get to a Weather Ball, but even if they do, not going to take me out, and I'm going to get to double super effective Parabolic Charge. So yes, they caught on me again, which is 3 times in like 6-7 matchups here. It's definitely something I need to watch out moving forward. This one, I think maybe I overjumped here. So they haven't thrown yet. Good fast move timing, 14 versus 15. They are 90% just going to go 1 and throw. So I go 1 and catch. Easy catch. All moves resisted. Chipped it. Have energy on Dedenne. All moves resisted. Is it worth the catch there? Because now here I am locked. Bug Bite's doing super effective. My Mud Slaps are resisted. This thing's super bulky, so I'm not going to be able to do a ton of damage. They're still going to come out with energy. So, did I chip the Dunsparce? Yes. Did I make the catch for a resisted move? Yes. Was it worth giving up switch? I don't know. I don't actually know if it was worth giving up switch here. So they come in here with Air Grenade just throws the Bubble Beam. They do make a catch on the Dunsparce. And so my thought here was, yes, these moves are going to chip Lapras. What are you doing? I should have tried a 2-shield run with Dedenne because I'm like, okay, you have the Araquanid. Um, that's not gonna do much, and then you're probably maybe double weak to electric in the back, but it's a Dedenne in the back anyway. So unfortunately, with the shield advantage and a health advantage here, Dedenne is gonna have a good time, especially with the speed of these moves. They're already out of move. I've got a shield because I got to try and get the Sparkling Aria off, but my Dedenne is way lower. So if they shield this, it's just I'm not gonna be able to come back from the matchup here because I'm already in play rough range. So I was trying to think that like maybe if I shield and I can get like maybe double Paraball charge, they go play rough, and with the boost defense, I can maybe live this. Was my thought process. But as you're gonna see here, that is not the case. So boosted defense did not help me live this play rough, and now they have energy, so this game's over. So this is why HomeSliceHenry hit #1 in the world, and I lost Elo. Credilli. Credilli's tough too. Like, poison super effective on the Dedenne, electric resisted. Lapras would take super effective from the grass. Toadscroll's coming in here. They're not leaving, which is helpful because I was able to chip. I doubt that I shield anything, but now they're just playing this matchup out. Okay, so that says one of two things. One is they actually have zero answer to Toadscroll, and now it's too late. Or two, they have a second answer for Dedenne in the back. They rather stupidly throw a resisted Rock Tomb instead of the Grass Knot to take me out. And now allow me to align my Electric on their Water instead of their Mud Boy. Holy smokes, what a throw. Shielding up a first Hydro Cannon. They're chipping. They're getting chipped with my fast move here. They do shield, but at this point, my defense has risen that I can take a Hydro Cannon. So here comes the second the second Paraball charge. This will take out. I've overfarmed a bit because I'm like, maybe if they let this go, I can get another Paraball charge off. And you know what? They did bank the move, but this is still only single resisted. It will chip. Probably put it into Psywave Sparkling Aria range combo here. Maybe going to need a few more Psywaves on the back end. That's pretty fast. Likely just a Water Pulse. Again, I was scared of the Earth Power at the time, and I think that I know that Samurott doesn't have really any moves. So I'm going to take this move, have energy. Throwing the Rock... I think throwing the Rock Tomb just absolutely cost them this matchup. They could have had... They knew I had the Dedenne on the lead because I switched out of it. And they give up switch. Why would they not come Samurott against my Toadscroll? Fury Cutter would be super effective. Hydros would be neutral. Okay, good lead. Wigglytuff comes in. So I don't have an amazing answer for Wigglytuff. I guess that's like 10 with the 1 delay. Crap. So I don't have an amazing answer for Wigglytuff. I still have Toadscroll in the back. So I thought that if I stayed in this matchup, maybe I can just align the Toadscroll on the Empoleon. But they had other plans and decide to shield and farm. And I thought with a boosted defense, I get to another move. And I do. Maybe I should have shielded. Yeah, I can already see where this is going. I probably should have. I hate shielding with 1 HP. But shielding to grab that second shield of theirs, I think was the right move. Because now I don't have alignment. I have nothing to throw here. So even if I farm up a ton and take a move, I have nothing to throw here. I now need to try and run with Toadscroll, which can be fine against Empoleon, but they may have a better answer for Toadscroll in the back here. And it's a mirror match. So, not the worst, but not great. Get to the first Seed Bomb. I think they have a pretty good IV1 because that did not do a ton, and I remember getting hit here and taking me to like the deep yellow, and I'm just like, oh, okay, that did more than I expected it to. So I get to a second move here, and now I'm going to have to start shielding up their moves because I need to try to keep this Toadscroll alive to be able to chip their Empoleon. So shielding this up, and their Empoleon does come back in, I am going Wrap for the same reason that I went Wrap last time, because that Sparkling Aria will now add up more. But you know when it doesn't add up more? If you don't throw the freaking move. So coming in, I forget if I had the move or not. I do have a move, but I didn't throw it. So I'm going to shield up a Drill Peck, and then I thought, oh, maybe they don't have a second move. I can just go 1 and throw, but they do have a second move. So I think I would have lost CMP anyways. But now they get Drill Peck to take me low. So, man, a couple things with this team. One, don't play like garbage, like me. So the amount of times I got caught on, and some of these just not counting plays, just bad. But has the meta evolved enough? Like Abomasnow was not meta last season, and it is, I think, it will be meta very, very quickly if it's not already catching on with all these videos that I'm putting out. I think it will catch on, which makes this team much, much harder to run against something like Abomasnow. So that could be a bit of an issue. But yeah, overall, I like the idea of the core, and the Lapras is pretty good as a safe swap. It just did not work out for me. Half of it, probably my own doing there. Anyways, we'll keep it going. I'm going to use like I think Ferret tomorrow, because I went up against one. I'm just like, there's no fighting in the meta and not a ton of fairies or dark, so I think Ferret's actually going to have quite a lot of play. So I'm going to test Ferret out tomorrow. Haven't done the matches yet, but I'm going to test that out for tomorrow. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.